During the making of this video, the operators of various mines allowed the staging of certain conditions which may at first appear to be unsafe and/or not according to certain federal, state, and/or company safety procedures. These scenes were created strictly to demonstrate the difference between correct and incorrect safety and work procedures in the mining environment. They were immediately corrected after being recorded for this training video production. They in no way are a true reflection of the conditions or operations of the mines shown in this video production.
Welcome to another in our exciting series of mine safety training videos. Today, our topic is hand tool safety. Many accidents, including fatalities, have occurred in the mining industry as a result of hand tools. Approximately 8% of all industrial accidents involve the unsafe use of both manual and powered hand tools. These accidents occur as a result of either using the wrong tool for the job or using the right tool incorrectly. There are things that we as miners can do to ensure our safety while using hand tools, and that's what we're going to discuss with you today. First, we must always keep our tools in good condition. As a matter of fact, Title 30 Code of Federal Regulations states that any defects which affect safety on any equipment, machinery, or tools shall be corrected in a timely manner to prevent the creation of hazards to persons.
Some of the things that we can do to ensure that our tools are in good condition include proper lubrication according to the manufacturer's recommendations, change accessories when they are worn and are no longer effective, keep tools sharp and clean, do not carry power tools by the cord, always unplug the tools by gripping the plug, and store tools properly and protect them from sharp edges and exposure to heat. Secondly, we must use the correct tool for the job. Again, federal standards have something to say about this. Machinery, equipment, and tools shall not be used beyond the design capacity intended by the manufacturer where such use may create a hazard to persons. For example, how many times have you seen someone do this? Or maybe done it yourself. If a hammer is not available, shucks, a crescent wrench will work just as well. How about a little improvisation to make a wrench work in a tight place? We must be careful and not set ourselves up for failure. We cannot redesign the tool and expect the same performance. Thirdly, we must inspect our tools before using them. All equipment, machinery, and tools should be inspected prior to use. As far as manual hand tools are concerned, some of the things to look for may include wooden handles. Are they loose, splintered, or cracked? Wrenches. Are the jaws sprung or worn? Impact tools such as chisels. Are they mushroomed or cracked? When inspecting electrical power tools, some of the items to examine are the cords. Are they worn, cut, brittle, or frayed? Is the cord equipped with a ground plug, or is the tool double insulated? What exactly does double insulated mean? On double insulated tools, an internal layer of protective insulation completely isolates the external housing of the tool. Next, check the outer casing for signs of damage and wear. Is the casing cracked? Are there loose handles? Are the guards in place and in good repair? Check for bent shafts or spindles. Check blades, disc, or other cutting or grinding accessories. If at any time an inspection shows a defect, the tool should be taken out of service and corrected or discarded. Tools and equipment are safe and effective only if they are used properly. Let's take a look at some of the most commonly used hand tools and think about how they should and should not be used. Do not use a screwdriver as a pry bar. Never hold the work in your hand. There's a good chance that you'll slip and injure your hand. Do not hammer on the end of a screwdriver. The handle will likely splinter and cause an injury. Screwdrivers must have an insulation rating for electrical work, or electrocution or burns could result. One of the improper ways to use a hammer would be to choke the hammer. You cannot maintain proper control while using a hammer in this manner. In addition, never allow someone to hold the object you will be hitting with the hammer. If I may ask, who would want to? Wrenches are the next item on the list. Some important things to remember include: never pull a wrench towards your face. When attaching a wrench to a fastener, make sure there is a snug fit. Never use a cheater bar on a wrench. Get a larger wrench if needed. Avoid using pliers on hardened surfaces. Do not use pliers for tightening or loosening nuts or bolts. They are apt to slip and cause an injury. Even if this does not happen, you will probably end up rounding off the nut. Never pull pliers towards your face. When using knives, be sure to remember to cut away from your body and not to use your leg as a rest for the material you are cutting. When operating power hand tools, do not use electric tools in damp or wet locations unless they are approved for that purpose. It is a very good idea to use a GFCI when working in damp areas as an added precaution. To help protect other people that may be in the vicinity, ensure that power cords do not present a tripping hazard. Do not disable or remove guards when operating power tools. If you do so, you expose yourself to moving machine parts as well as blades and other dangerous accessories. Do not wear loose-fitting clothing while operating power tools. This is extremely dangerous with rotating type equipment. The results of injury due to accidents from hand tools can be minimized by using the proper personal protective equipment while performing the task. We know that eye protection should be worn when performing certain tasks. Federal standards state that persons shall wear safety glasses, goggles, or face shields when in or around an area of a mine or plant where a hazard exists which could cause injury to unprotected eyes. Some examples of jobs using hand tools where eye protection should be worn include using hammers, mallets, chisels, punches, and bolt cutters. As far as power tools, some examples of jobs where eye protection should be worn include using drills, abrasive wheels, saws, and any other tool that could create chips, sparks, or flying particles. We could save ourselves a lot of pain and grief if we would do something as simple as wear the right glove for the task we are performing. For example, you can protect yourself from cuts while handling a knife by wearing cut-resistant gloves. Leather welding gloves are the proper equipment when welding, cutting, or working with molten metals. Another type of protective glove is made with a material that absorbs vibration and the shocks of impact while using certain power hand tools. In thinking of power hand tools, two other pieces of personal protective equipment that should be mentioned here are respirators and hearing protection. Powered hand tools often generate high levels of noise and may exceed federal standards, thus requiring hearing protection. Likewise, excessive dust, smoke, and particles may be liberated by power tools necessitating a respirator. Remember these tool maintenance and repair tips. Only authorized employees should be allowed to repair tools. Some types of tools must meet manufacturer specifications after they have been repaired. All repaired tools should be inspected before they are put back into use. Discard damaged tools that cannot be repaired. This will take away the temptation to use a tool in a tight spot and also ensure that an inspector does not write a citation for a tool that is no longer used.
Remember, treat your tools right and they will always be ready to serve you. Until our next exciting mine safety training video, work safe. You ready?
Yep.
Welcome to another in our exciting mine safety training